The Lakers need to live in the present and the future, and it's foggy right now for this organization.
For more now, let's welcome in our Adrian Wojnarowski, who actually broke this news.
What can you tell us, Woj?
Adrian is here.
Why would Monty Williams take the Phoenix Suns coaching job? We'll start with the young talent already on the roster. DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, they've got some young players to start building around, and of course, the chance in this June's NBA draft to get at one of the two elite players, Zion Williamson and the point guard, Ja Morant, that this organization desperately needs. But what has scared everybody about this Phoenix job, owner Robert Sarver. He interferes in basketball decisions. He has involved himself in decisions that, frankly, he doesn't have the expertise to make decisions on. But what Robert Sarver has told Monty Williams he's going to do is partner with him, is support him, is to let Monty Williams coach this team, let his staff try to develop these younger players, and that he has promised to stay out of the way and allow a coach to do that. Monty Williams will be the fifth coach in 5 years, and everyone else was told the same thing by Robert Sarver. It's going to have to change for Monty Williams to have any chance to have success there. But he has shown an ability as a leader, as a program builder, and more than anything, that's what the Suns need here. They need a baseline of accountability. They need players to be taught professionalism, and that's something Monty Williams has a tremendous ability to do. And there's a chance in Phoenix with the talent there, with who may be able to come in this draft, and cap space and free agency to bring in a couple more mature veterans to integrate with this young group. You know, the Suns aren't that far off from being competitive again, but it always goes back to the same person, Robert Sarver. Is he going to allow that to happen? With Monty Williams accepting the head coaching job with the Phoenix Suns, the Lakers are left with really just one candidate to coach their team. That's Ty Lue. He's been LeBron James' preferred choice throughout this process, but there was a lot of support for Monty Williams in the Lakers' leadership. They saw him as a better fit to coach these young players and to help convince Anthony Davis to come. But listen, there's certainly support for Lue within the Lakers organization. Jeannie Buss was very moved and touched in her interview with Ty Lue about how much the organization means to him, having played as a Laker, won a championship there. But the Lakers need to live in the present and the future, and it's foggy right now for this organization. They have a young group of players that LeBron James doesn't entirely believe in, that they want to flip to New Orleans and an Anthony Davis deal, and they may not have a pathway to get Davis. And right now, the Lakers aren't a front runner for any of the big names this July. So while it appears LeBron James will get the coach that he wanted in LA, this is still an issue centered around players. They need better ones in LA. Right now, they have a team that'll still just be fighting to get into the Western Conference playoffs, and the standard in LA is a lot higher than that. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Ty Lue and LeBron James as they move toward reuniting again, this time with the Lakers. The one big rivalry that never seems to go away for very long in this modern NBA, it's teams against the officials. And you've seen it rear its head again in this postseason with the Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors. Start with the officials. They have felt for a few years now that the league does not support them the way they need to, with the kind of arguing that goes on with players, the kind of verbiage that they're taking from players. And in the case of Chris Paul in Game 1 against Golden State, the fact that a player made contact with an official and was not suspended, and privately, the referees union, officials themselves, and even a lot of rival teams wonder what kind of precedent that sets, that Chris Paul did not get suspended for, in the words of the league, recklessly making contact with a game official. Several team executives around the NBA privately wondered to me, would there have been a different outcome if Draymond Green had bumped an official in a game? Would he have just been fined, or would he have been suspended? And what kind of precedent does this set? Teams and Commissioner Adam Silver have wanted to create more transparency in officiating and how referees do their job, how they're judged. They would like not just to have the last 2-minute report come out, but there's a lot of teams who would love to have all 48 minutes and referees grading how they officiate certain styles of play, how they officiate certain teams and players, made available to all the teams. There's certainly a balance that's got to be struck in this league. It's an issue that's at the forefront of everything that's going on in the NBA. And finally, Minnesota's owner, Glenn Taylor, has gotten serious about putting in a legitimate management structure with the Timberwolves. He hired Houston executive Gersson Rosas as his new president of basketball operations. Rosas' first task will be simply evaluate the group that's in place, general manager Scott Layden and interim coach Ryan Saunders. The feeling all along has been, and the owner's preference has been, to keep Saunders as coach, to go from interim coach to permanent head coach. But this is an organization that needs an overhaul in how they do business. Rosas is perfectly equipped to do that. He has been a part of the success they've had in Houston, the trades for James Harden and Chris Paul, and the drafting of Clint Capella, and a lot of the infrastructures there, the hiring of Mike D'Antoni. Glenn Taylor almost from the beginning regretted giving Tom Thibodeau the dual role as president and coach, and now goes back to a more traditional structure with Rosas at the top and his ability to be creative, to find players around the world, undrafted players, G League players. He was largely responsible for bringing Patrick Beverley from Europe to the Rockets. Those are the kinds of creative, out-of-the-box moves that good organizations need. Minnesota has not been adept in these areas really for a very long time. With the hiring of Rosas, Glenn Taylor finally got one right in Minnesota. Thanks for watching ESPN's YouTube channel. Please subscribe and look for more editions of the Woj Report.